On 22nd of June, the Korean stock market hit all-time high. 30 days later, the stock market is down by almost 30% and 1.2 million people have received margin calls. That is 1 in every 30 adults in the country losing his entire savings in less than a month. A market doesn't lose a quarter of its value because the economy suddenly collapsed. The Korean economy is doing perfectly fine. Their chip exports have actually reached an all-time high, but the market still crushed anyways. The most people would look at this news and they're like, I don't care about that. It doesn't actually impact me. But that's a mistake, because what happened in Korea is also about to happen in the US. And no, I'm not talking about the AI bubble that everybody is talking about. I'm talking about something completely different. And frankly speaking, it is way worse. What broke Korea was debt, leverage. And Americans right now in the stock market are much more leveraged than at any other point in history. So if it plays out in the US, just like it played out in Korea, you can expect the exact same crush. It's going to hit the index funds, the S&P 500, your retirement directly, those exact same boring stocks that everybody told you that are safe. You can buy them and forget about it. So in this video, I'm going to show you what exactly has happened in the Korean market that crushed its market in just 30 days and why the exact same thing is about to happen in the US. Now let's start with why Korea is even in the center of all of this. If you want to build AI chips, it is impossible to build them without this specific component that is called high bandwidth memory. Think of it as a wire that lets the chip to move information so fast to make AI possible in the first place. And there are two Korean companies that literally dominate and control the entire supply chain: Samsung and SK Hynix. So when the AI boom started to happen, the demand for these chips of course exploded. So the demand for the Samsung chips exploded by 200%. So it wasn't just a random hype. It was a real hype where real money was there and real profits were made by these companies. And that's really important because the hype actually had a real beginning. So when people started buying these stocks, they felt that it's real and it's safe because there is a real demand for what they produce. But when a stock goes up dramatically, people generally just stop investing. They start gambling. They never ask themselves the questions they're supposed to ask. So in April, Korea approved single stock leveraged ETFs. In plain English, these ETFs can use leverage to invest in a single stock. This is dangerous because it led the average people to bet on the price of Samsung and Hynix with borrowed money multiple times. Now, the entire Korean market at this point is turning into one giant gambling machine. In just 2 months, there was so much money spent on these ETFs that they held about $9 billion. And 92% of that money was from retail average investors who used their savings to borrow that money to invest in these ETFs. Now, here's the trap that nobody saw coming, but they should have actually seen it coming because it happens with leverage every single time. So when the stock is rising, they're forced to buy more of that stock, which means that they're inflating the bubble. And vice versa. When the stock is falling, they're forced to sell, which means that they're pushing the price to go down, which pushes them to sell even more of that stock. So all you need to crush this system is one single crack that would push them to start selling to create that never-ending cycle that will crush the market. And on 23rd of June, Korea got all three cracks at once. First of all, foreign large investors, especially from Wall Street, when they realize that there is something fishy going on and they realize that it's a huge bubble, they quietly sold off $4 billion worth of Samsung and SK Hynix stock, locking in their profits. Secondly, lawmakers proposed to tax unrealized gains. That is insane because when the stock is going up and you're holding that stock, yes, you actually became wealthier on paper. But unless you sell that stock, you don't actually have the physical money. But now the government is proposing you still have to pay taxes even though you haven't actually made that money. Guess what that did to the market? Of course, people instantly got scared and they rushed to the market to sell their stocks before that idea is going to become a law and you will be able to pay taxes on money you haven't actually made. And thirdly, people started asking the most important question. What if AI is never going to make as much money as we were promised? That's all what it took to crush the entire stock market. Because when the stock started to fall, all these leveraged ETFs suddenly found themselves in a position where they had to sell to justify or reposition themselves. But the more the stock fell, the more they had to sell, which fed the machine even more. It basically turned into this never-ending loop that kept pushing the price to keep going down and down. Then the biggest surprise started coming in. Margin calls started coming in. When you buy the stock with the borrowed money, your broker has a legal permission to sell your stocks to recoup the money. 1.2 million accounts got margin calls, and about 350,000 of them were entirely wiped out. Those forced liquidation increased from 2% to more than 10%. And what do you think the regulators did? Of course, they stepped in, they started raising the margin requirements, they banned all of these leveraged ETFs, but it was too much and too late. The damage has already been done and the stock market has already crashed. By then, people who invested in them have already lost like 70% of their money. Now, let's take that and compare that to what's happening in America. Every ingredient that crushed the Korean stock market already exists in the US stock market. The only difference is that it's on a much bigger scale. On a scale that it's not just going to take down the US economy, but rather the entire global economy. Let's start with leverage. The US margin debt, the money that Americans have borrowed against their portfolios to buy even more stocks. It just crossed an all-time record of $1.5 trillion. It is literally up by 50% compared to the last year, and it's growing at the fastest pace in 3 decades. And here's the fact that should actually stop you for a moment and really contemplate about it. Every single time before the stock market crashed, be it like 1929, 2007, the dot-com bubble, or even the 2021 crash, margin debts have actually hit an all-time high. Right after that, the markets has crashed historically. Secondly, concentration. In Korea, just these 2 stocks made up almost half of the entire Korean stock market. In the US, it's not as bad as it's in Korea, but the top 10 companies today literally represent 43% of the entire S&P 500. That is the highest concentration we have ever seen, higher than even the dot-com bubble at its peak. And the market is pricing in their stock prices as if they have already made all these future profits that they haven't actually made, and we don't know if they will ever make that money. And finally, in Korea, it started with some whispers, where people started questioning the most important question: will AI ever make that money back? Now, in the US, it's getting a lot louder recently. The Chinese companies are coming out with exact same models that we have in America, and they're offering that at the fraction of the price. And that raises the question, if DeepSeek and this Kimi K3 can offer the exact same thing 70 times cheaper, then why are we paying so much for AI? If the cost of AI has already fallen by 90%, how are these companies going to make all of these trillions of investments that we have already made these investments and we have already priced them in their stock prices, and now we are not even sure if they will ever make that money back? And this is not something that hypothetically might happen sometime in the future. Now, Wall Street Journal recently ran a piece and called it "Something Weird is Happening Beneath the Stock Market Surface." Underneath this calm headline, something strange is happening because the cheap stocks has actually flipped. Instead of driving the prices or the market higher as they used to in the past, now they're actually dragging the stock market and the S&P 500 down. The domino effect hasn't actually started, but some of the biggest names in the industry are already cracking. Korea is a small economy. If its stock market is going to crash, it is not going to impact many people outside South Korea unless you're investing in that market. But the US market is a completely different story. Even if half of what happened in Korea is going to happen in the US, it is not simply going to take down the US stock market, it could potentially take down the entire global economy. It is literally going to hit everything that you own. Korea just ran the experiment for us of what is going to happen if you have record leverage, real concentration in the market, and a story that could actually push us to question if these companies will ever make that money back. That's how you crush the entire stock market in less than 30 days. So the real question at the end of the day isn't whether you're scared or not, but rather, do you really know what you own? The problem with the stock market is that nearly all people who are putting their money in the stock market are literally guessing. They buy whatever is in the headline, they hold it because it's going up, and never actually ask themselves, what is the true worth of what I'm actually buying? That works until it doesn't. The next moment you wake up and the market is crushed and you have no idea why your stocks have crushed, and now you're paying the price. I built a step-by-step investing program. How to start investing, where to find great investments, and what are the best stocks to buy right now. It's called Investing Academy, and you can join it right now completely for free. But if you want a more personalized investing strategy so that you never have to ask the question, what should I buy right now? So that you can tell that the stock is cheap or expensive in minutes, and you want one-on-one mentorship, you can jump on one-on-one strategy session with my team. We can only take a limited number of people each month because my time is limited. So go ahead and book that strategy call with my team using the link in the description of this video, and we will find out whether we can work together or not.